Well, the Karnataka Hijab ruling has now reached the Supreme Court. It's a decision, it's a verdict which has been challenged almost immediately in the Supreme Court. The plea has demanded a stay on the High Court order. Let's go across now to NDTV Sukirti Dwivedi. Sukirti, is it the same group of petitioners whose appeals or petitions in the Karnataka High Court had been rejected, who've now gone to the Supreme Court?
No, Vishnu, this is not been filed by one of the petitioners who were part of the petition that had been filed in the Karnataka High Court. That was a group of about 5 students who had approached the Karnataka High Court. This particular petition has been filed by a Muslim student named Niba Naz through an advocate called Anas Sandeep. She is the petitioner in this case. Some of the arguments that they've made in their petition is very similar to the kind of arguments that had been made in the Karnataka High Court. It tends to say that, right to privacy is a fundamental right and the right to wear a hijab comes under that. It is a part of the right to conscience under Article 25 of the Constitution. It mentions how, makes comparison to how Sikhs are allowed to wear turbans. Similarly, Muslim girls are allowed to wear the hijab. So all of those arguments have been made in this particular petition. It says that the Karnataka High Court did not take all of these points into consideration while pointing out, while passing this order where it upheld the hijab ban. So these are the arguments that have been made in this particular petition. There is a likelihood that there could be further appeals also that could end up being filed in the Supreme Court. But definitely all eyes on the CJI also now on when this matter will end up being heard in the Supreme Court, considering the last time when Mr. Devdutt Kamath, who was arguing for the petitioners in the Karnataka High Court, he had tried to bring the case to the Supreme Court earlier. But back then the CJI had said that we do not want to make this a national issue. We will hear it at an appropriate time. Right. So now that the High Court has decided the matter, would this really be the appropriate time for the Supreme Court to intervene?
All right. Thanks very much, Sukirti, for joining us. So the Karnataka Hijab order has been challenged in the Supreme Court of India. There is a petition asking for a stay on the verdict of the Karnataka High Court, which had ruled in favor of the ban on hijabs in educational institutions in Karnataka. Will that now progress in the Supreme Court? Well, the court will have to hear that. It's going to perhaps take time before there is any verdict.